welcome to a special edition of CVC Insider, presented by Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. I'm Steve Hare, the Chagrin Valley Conference's Sports Information Director, and in this episode, we're going to preview this weekend's state football championship games featuring a pair of CVC schools. On Friday morning, Kirtland will play for its 7th state championship in the Division VI state title game against a familiar opponent in Versailles. And then on Saturday afternoon, Perry will make its first appearance in a state championship game. The Pirates will play Liberty Center in the Division V state title game at 3 p.m. First up, let's talk about the Kirtland Versailles game, which is a rematch of the 2021 state championship game won by Versailles 20-16. The Hornets are appearing in the state championship game for the 12th time in the last 13 years. Ironically, it was a CVC rival, Cuyahoga Heights, that prevented Kirtland from reaching the state Final Four in 2016 when the Red Wolves defeated the Hornets in a regional championship game that year. Kirtland enters the rematch with Versailles with a 14-1 record. The only loss for the Hornets came against Perry in Week 3. Versailles enters the game with a 13-2 record. The Tigers lost to Marion Local, who will play for the Division VII state championship on Saturday morning, and they also lost to Coldwater, another team Kirtland is very familiar with. Versailles is no stranger to the state finals. The Tigers have won 7 state titles and finished as the state runner-up 3 other times. Kirtland also has an extended history of competing on the big stage, as playing for a state championship has become almost a rite of passage for each Kirtland team. But the Hornets don't ever take that opportunity for granted. Senior Will Beers, an integral part of Kirtland's offensive attack and a standout on defense as well, understands how fortunate he and his teammates are to play in Week 16.
We're all honored to have this opportunity, and we can't take a single game for granted. We got to work hard every week, and we got to make sure that we take the ring this year.
The Hornets earned their way into the state finals by defeating Sugar Creek Garaway in the semifinals 17-0, thanks to a stingy defense and an opportunistic offense. The Hornets used a turnover to score the game's first touchdown early in the third quarter and added a field goal and another score to pull away from the Pirates. Garaway entered the game averaging nearly 40 points and over 400 yards of offense per game. Kirtland limited the Pirates to just 55 yards of total offense and minus 20 rushing yards on 16 carries. Defensive coordinator Ryan Beeler may have been the game's MVP after he made some slight adjustments to better match up against the Pirates.
I mean, the philosophy of Coach Beeler's defense is speed and execution. So we all played our own parts, and we got to our spots in time. I had to switch to corner. Gino switched to safety this week, and it just all worked out. We all played our own part, and we got the shutout.
Kirtland's defense, which recorded 8 sacks in the win, set up the first score of the game when Ty Bledsoe recovered a Garaway fumble at the Pirates' 16, and Rocco Alfieri scored on a 3-yard run with 8:55 left in the third quarter. The Hornets dominated time of possession with 2 drives that chewed up over 8 minutes of game clock. That helped keep the defense fresh and allowed each player to play his role.
I mean, it definitely helped. We didn't make any mistakes. Our coach always says the team that makes the most mistakes loses the game. So, we all just executed, and our offense played well. Linemen blocked great. And on the defensive perspective, I think defense wins games.
Beers knows to knock off Versailles and win the state title won't be easy. The Hornets have to continue to protect the football and execute at a high level on both sides of the ball to hoist that championship trophy on Friday morning.
It's going to take a lot of execution and preparation and a lot of watching film this week and preparing for this game.
Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Kirtland senior Will Bates also has played a key role in the Hornets' success this season, and last Friday night, he recorded 3 sacks against Garaway. He understands the magnitude of Friday's game and how rare it is for a team to play in 12 state championship games in 13 seasons.
Yeah, it's amazing. It just shows how much how Coach Laverty and how Coach Beeler just built this program, and just how much they've worked and how much the kids worked and how well they've done with the youth program and all the programs coming up.
As a youth player, Bates grew up watching the Hornets win their state titles, and he's eager to snag one for himself on Friday, too.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, ever since we were little, we've watched the older kids win these games and even play in these games, and it's amazing now that we're here. And now our job now is just to win the game, hopefully.
Kirtland's success over the past decade has inspired so many youth players in the community to add to the legacy, and Bates feels a bit of added pressure to leave his own mark on the program.
For sure, yeah. We want to get that seventh state title. We want to win this game. We want to leave a legacy here that's going to last forever.
Bates knows the Hornets will have to play their best game of the season on Friday to win the state title, and he's confident he and his teammates are prepared to tackle that challenge.
For sure, I feel like we're capable of it. We just have to play our best game of the year, and I think we got a really good shot.
Kirtland's success over the past years has been the result of unselfish players putting the team first. Bates saw that again all season long, and he's confident that mindset will carry over into Friday's state championship game.
Yeah, everyone's pretty much unselfish. They don't really care who makes the plays. They just want to get the win is the first goal that we have.
As it does every week, Kirtland's game plan against Versailles will change based on the matchup. It's not easy to adjust on the fly, but Bates and the Hornets will be ready for the Tigers.
I mean, yeah, totally, because last week, or the Garaway team we played was a totally different team than Versailles. They were heavy pass, Versailles was heavy run. But I think Beeler's going to do a great scheme, and then our scout always going to give us a great look. I think we're going to do the job and execute it.
Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
John Kampf of the Lake County News-Herald has covered several Kirtland games this fall, and he's well aware of the challenge the Hornets have ahead of them in facing Versailles on Friday. Kampf believes the weather could play a factor in this matchup of two teams who like to run the ball while also playing aggressively on defense.
I think this would be a tremendous game because it's two very, very similar teams. You got two teams that run the ball a lot. You got two teams that really, really play good, physical, tough defense. I joke around and say the game's going to take half an hour because neither team throws the ball a lot, and that's why I think one of the big keys to this game is who's going to get who in a third and long situation where they might make the opposing team throw maybe more or deeper than they really want to. But you look at both teams. You've got Versailles. What a great schedule they play, being in the MAC out there. Their only two losses are to Marion Local and to Coldwater, and those are both close games. Two losses by a total of 8 points. You've got a quarterback like Michael Osborne. He ran for 97 yards and a touchdown last week. And Joel Garrett, he was to be the conference offensive player of the year in the MAC. That says an awful lot. He ran for 126 yards and a pair of touchdowns last week. So they really want to establish the run, and so is Kirtland. You've got Willie Beers, who's run for more than 1,400 yards. Rocco Alfieri, who went over 1,000 yards last week. So two big physical teams that really want to punish the ball with their run defense. Who's going to play the best run defense? That's going to be the big thing. And who's going to maybe get a turnover? You look at the weather tomorrow or on Friday. It's not going to be very nice. It's supposed to be rainy. It's still going to be a little bit chilly, not as cold as it is right now, but a chilly rain, a turnover could come into play here. But I think it's really going to be a tremendous game.
Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Now let's take a look at the Division V state championship game between 15-0 Perry and 15-0 Liberty Center. The Pirates are making their first appearance in a state final after losing in the state semis in 2016. Meanwhile, Liberty Center has one state title to its credit, which came in 1997, and finished as a state runner-up in both 1993 and 1998. Liberty Center has appeared in the postseason 23 times, including 6 straight appearances, while Perry has earned a postseason berth 20 times with 10 straight postseason appearances. Perry enters the game averaging 37.2 points while allowing just 6.2 per game. Liberty Center comes in averaging over 44 points per contest while giving up just over a touchdown per game. We're going to see two high-powered offenses and two really stingy defenses clash on Saturday, which should make for an interesting afternoon. Perry running back and linebacker Jaden Studio couldn't be more excited to represent his school and community in its first state championship game.
It's pretty exciting, especially having all these people around me, supporting me, all my teammates, everybody in the school. That's pretty exciting, and I'm excited to, show more people what we can do on Saturday. There's probably going to be more people at that game than any of our other games, and I'm just, really excited to show everybody how our team can perform.
Studio's number has been called a lot this season on both sides of the ball, and he's proud to say he's given everything he has for 15 weeks, and he's looking forward to doing it all again one more time.
I'm pretty satisfied, especially that that all that work that I put in and all my teammates have put in has taken us this far. I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm very happy that I can play and contribute to a team like this one.
The key to Perry's offensive success this season starts up front, but the Pirates have talent, speed, and athleticism all over the field. That makes it especially challenging for opposing defenses to slow down the Pirates.
Our offensive line really puts in the work every day. We have a great quarterback, great wide receivers. Just I don't think we're missing any spots in our offense, and I'm really proud of every single one of us for putting the work in that we do.
As good as Perry's offense has been, the Pirates take great pride in their ability to make life difficult for their opponent's offense.
Yeah, this defense is actually super special. We've been busting our butts since the beginning of summer, every single day, practicing the same every single day, and I just feel like that just prepared us to be the most successful that we can because it's every day in and out, every week in and out that we go in there and work hard, do the things that we know how to do. Doing them successfully.
Like any team, the Pirates strive to play a perfect game, but mistakes do occur. With so many athletes on the field, the Pirates have been able to minimize those mistakes, and when they do happen, somebody steps up somewhere else on the field to make a play.
Some of us, we do make mistakes, and we know it, and those mistakes will turn into like 6 yards for the offense, and we'll be like, oh, like, shoot, that wasn't good. But, they still have, 70 more yards to go, so it's not like anything too crazy, but just knowing I have the support behind me and in front of me, that even if any of us do make a little mistake, then we're still getting cleaned up. It's just really good to know that I have those people around me that are able to contribute to that.
Studio and his teammates are locked in and ready for their first appearance in the state championships. He knows the recipe for success remains the same as it has all season long.
We need to play with everything we got. Every ounce of energy in our body needs to be gone by the end of that game. And I feel like not even just as individuals, as a team, we all need to work together on Saturday. We've been working together all year pretty well. We don't fight with each other. We all stick together, and I just really hope that we really show our best selves out there on Saturday, and then I think we will be successful.
Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Due to an injury, Perry senior offensive lineman Jack Nisley was forced to switch from left guard to right guard earlier this season, but neither he nor any other member of the offensive line skipped a beat. The Pirates have thrived this season in large part due to the play of its offensive line, a group that hasn't stopped learning from each other.
To be a part of this group is just one thing, because we came in at the beginning of the season, we had a horrible injury to our starting right guard, our senior Gavin, and so we had the next people step up. I stepped up, moved to right, and actually a junior stepped up to be left guard. He's playing now, and it's just the thought of, sure, I might be the oldest, but I'm also, everyone's still learning. I learned some few things from the younger guys, and they learn a lot of things from me. It's a constant evolution of learning new things and how to work with someone better every week.
The early injury forced some changes to Perry's offensive line, but that group gelled in a hurry and has come together to form an almost impenetrable wall in front of quarterback Walter Moses and his stable of talented running backs and wideouts.
So at first, we had a sophomore move up to starting center this year, and I got moved to guard. Our sophomore center is Antonius Bertone. He's actually worked a lot, and he's actually put in a lot of effort to show that he is the right to be there in that position. And so me at right guard, and then our right tackle, Anthony Zagraki, he puts in a lot of work every week. and he helps push me and everyone else on the offensive line to be better. I've gotten used to working with him in double teams and everything that we do. Our left guard that stepped up was Joey Baldry. He's on defense too, but he plays obviously starting offensive line, and he's put in a lot of effort to help our offensive line get ready and get everything moving. And then our left tackle is Chuck Thomas, he's also a junior who's put in a lot of work to make sure he has the right to be at that position.
Despite all the adversity the Pirates have faced up front, Knisley and his line mates rose to the challenge, and as a senior, he's thrilled to have the opportunity to close out his high school career on the biggest stage.
I honestly hope you hope and pray that you go out the best you can, and this actually happening it feels so much better because you know that you have the right to be playing in this game, and it's not just because everyone else has been a bad team. You got lucky. We've all played our butts off, and to make sure we have the right to be there Saturday.
In a matchup of 15-0 teams, effort and mistakes likely will determine the outcome. The Perry coaching staff has made it clear that the Pirates have to play focused and with a lot of energy throughout all 4 quarters to get the job done on Saturday.
So what my offensive line coach said last week is we both earn the right to be at that game, but it's whoever wants to be in the game right away, and whoever can strike first and strike fast is going to win the game. So we just got to put in our effort to make sure whatever we do, we got to start off really, really well, and we got to keep it really well throughout the rest of the game.
Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Perry's strength up front is something John Camp believes will help the Pirates on Saturday against Liberty Center, who has a bit of a size advantage in the trenches. But Perry's athleticism and blocking schemes have helped the Pirates get the job done so far this season. And with one of the top athletes in the state of Ohio on their side in Braden Richards, Perry has the potential to bring home its first state title. Camp believes this game will be determined by which defense finds a way to slow down or preferably shut down the opposing offense.
I think something to really keep an eye on here is the trenches, because Perry is very physical, very active, but they're not real big. But that you look at Liberty Center, their line averages 6'1", 230 pounds. They got some big boys on that line. Landon Bachman, 6'4", 265. That's bigger than anybody Perry's going to run out there. They've got a really very talented offense. They got triplets, Colton, Trenton, Cruz. I don't know if you say Cruz or Cruzy, Landon Cruzy. They've got 3 of those. Colton Cruzy has run for 1,535 yards. Trenton, 1,270 yards. And they've combined those 2 for 57 touchdowns. And then Landon Cruzy, the third triplet in there, 21 catches for 366 yards. So the key to this game, Cruzy control. I know, but I'm punched. But, Perry's defense has been great all year, and they're going to have to find a way to slow this team down because they're giving up a lot of size, and there's an awful lot of talent on the offensive side for Liberty Center. So it'll be a great game here. Liberty Center also plays very good defense. That they beat Coldwater 17-7 tells me an awful lot about how good that defense is. But you also have to look what Perry has, and with all due respect to what Liberty Center has, I think Perry's got the best player on the field in Braden Richards. I mean, you can defend it just right, and he will still find a crease and take it to the house. So I think that Perry's big, but the biggest key, defense. They have to find a way to slow down this offense. It's going to be a lot bigger than they are.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for this special edition of the CVC Insider, presented by Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. I'd like to take a moment to thank Kirtland's Will Beers and Will Bates, Perry's Jaden Studio and Jack Knisley, and John Camp for joining us to share their thoughts on this weekend's state championship matchups. A special thank you goes out to Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for their continued support of CVC TV and the conference as a whole. Good luck to both Kirtland and Perry as they head down to Canton to play for the biggest trophy of them all. And thanks to all of you for tuning in and for your support of both CVC squads. For CVC Insider, I'm Steve Hare, and I'll see you in a week or so as we begin to highlight the accomplishments of the league's winter sports teams.